I love John 10:10. I love John 10:10. I love what it says to me. I love the words that bring me hope, that bring me a clarity in life, that help me understand just what God has in store for me, what Jesus has come to do. The beginning statements of John 10:10, though, ring clear with some difficult understandings, with some difficult realities. It tells us that the enemy has come to steal, kill, and destroy. Now, I know that we are living in a culture, we're living in a society that downplays the devil. I know that. I know that we have watched as media has produced a television show titled Lucifer and has really begun to downplay the character himself. Now, I've heard even that this show, tries to make it look as though Lucifer is trying to make better decisions of his life. That's not true. That's not the case. This guy is trying to destroy every part of your life. He is trying to steal and kill in every part of your life. You tell me that you've never experienced in your life at one point or another an individual that you've wondered, man, are you possessed by something evil? Like, you may not have experienced this individual or this moment. It may not be directly involved with your life. You can't look at your spouse and, well, maybe some of you can look at your spouse and wonder if there's a demon in them. I know that's harsh and hard, but maybe that's real. But some of us, man, we watch television. We watch these documentaries now that are just like exponentially developing, and we look at individuals who've killed loved ones or have murdered people, and we're just like, oh man, evil exists within you, and it's clear. The devil's language, the Bible tells us the devil's language, his native tongue is lies. That it's lies, every word that comes out of his mouth. Even when he speaks scriptures to Jesus in the temptation, he has manipulated and distorted it. And the words being, just expelled from his mouth, the words that are coming off his tongue are lies. Now we got that through. John 10:10, the second part, says that I've come to give you life to its full, or I've come to give you life in abundance. And we got to begin to ask ourselves that question. Now, we know a part of that question is answered in eternity on the other side of the threshold of this coming to the door or the gateway to glory. We know that. But what does that mean in this life? I tell you right now that is something that we're confronting right now, something that we've got to begin to, in our own minds and our own hearts, begin to confront or begin to look at. I got to reconcile that things are changing, that everything's changing, that the world is changing, that our lives are changing, that the pursuit of what we consider to be life to the full is something that's going to be experienced in an entirely different way. You got to go, we're finding right now, because of restrictions that have been placed upon us. I mean, New Hampshire just released that we are on remote learning for schools the rest of this year. Like, there's all these conversations happening that are changing the way that we see our lives and changing the way that we see the world, changing the way that we see our experiences. Going to the grocery store and having masks on and talking to somebody from a distance is what we can experience now. We're looking to digital expressions of connection and personal affection. And the people within our homes, man, we at once were like, we're together, we're gonna get through this, we're gonna strengthen our resolve, and now we're like, we're so overwhelmed, we're so frustrated, we just want to choke each other out at times, because we just like, I've had enough of you, I need breath, I need air, I need to get out of this house for just a second, and you can only step on your porch for a minute. I mean, for heaven's sake, somebody screamed at my children for playing in the backyard. Come on, somebody. Like, we got to think about this. We got to develop a greater understanding of what life to the full means, and we got to begin to reshape and reform what that experience is through Christ. Man, don't get afraid. Don't get nervous. Don't feel like that has been robbed from you. Recognize that He is going to do new things, that He's going to do different things, that He's going to do wonderful things, that there's going to be amazing moments in your life, and you're going to just say, wow, I didn't even know I could experience that. I didn't even know that in lockdown, that God could do something so marvelous, so wonderful, so extravagant, so beautiful, so amazing in my heart, in my life. I didn't realize that I could have life to the full. And a life that feels constrained, a life that feels restricted. You want to talk about prisons? The disciples followed Jesus to the end, to the bitter end, and they were in prisons, and they experienced life to the full. Come on, you can experience it. You can have moments of freedom. Jesus wants to spend time with you and develop in your heart what it means to be experiencing life